I was a chartered accountant, and I just found that too exciting as a job, so I had to get out of it. But both accounting and storytelling actually are about telling stories. One is financial, boring stories, and what I do now, storytelling, is myths, ghost stories, adventures, spiritual stuff, mystical stuff, tells the unexpected. So I first sort of came across storytelling, so I just fell in love with it. It's just one person's voice can transport you into this magical world. It could be a dark world full of horror and death, or it could be a love story. The central story is there, but different cultures take it and make it their own. And stories were spread around the world really on the trade routes from China and India down the Silk Route into to Europe, and from Europe they would come to Cornwall, and each they change. They're what are called traditional Greek myths here, told in Cornwall, but they're Cornish stories, if you're a Cornish person, about King Mark. But that's definitely a Greek myth, but somehow it's come here and been embedded into Cornish folklore. But Cornwall, has a very rich heritage of folklore. And being surrounded by the sea, obviously you've got the land aspect, but you've got the maritime aspect as well, of sea monsters or wreckers or pirates, smugglers, which obviously an inland county like Surrey, for example, wouldn't have that. Well, I've went from the corporate world to being self-employed, doing what I absolutely love. And the nice thing about being self-employed, you can do it when you want to do it. And especially in a town like St.Ives, when you hear stories of the town, you then look at the town in a completely different way. Which, as you walk around the buildings and walk on the beaches, you don't see that of the history of the fishing here, or what that plaque means. So there's a plaque on the side of our lifeboat station dedicated to 7 men who drowned. But I tell the story of behind that, and it's a really, really moving story, which the plaque just lists names, which doesn't quite have the same intensity of an oral storyteller. And the storyteller in days gone by would have been a very important part of a sort of tribal society. They're sort of the sort of druid, sort of shaman, shamewoman type character, which these days we don't have that in our modern society. We have influencers, and they're not the same as what I would say an oral storyteller at all.